welcome to You Have Been Watching, the show that watches TV so you don't have to, apart from this bit, obviously. We'll be looking at TV in a week when Piers Morgan has said he would love to conduct a 16-hour interview with former President George W. Bush. That's going to be hard. What do you ask a monster like that? What's it like working with Amanda Holden? Hunky actor Gary Lucy is to leave the bill after 3.5 years on the show. The bill will never be the same again. It will, however, be very, very similar. It's been revealed that Simon Cowell won't be signing Britain's Got Talent winners' diversity. It's a massive blow for the dance troupe, but still they can take comfort from the fact that they'll be supporting Michael Jackson for all of his 50 dates at the O2 Centre. So as long as he didn't die 5 weeks ago, they'll be laughing. Jeremy Clarkson got in trouble for using the C word to describe Gordon Brown during the warm-up for Top Gear. Jeremy Clarkson attacking Gordon Brown. That's very much a case of the calling the kettle a Anyway, you sycophants. Joining me on the show this week are Martin Freeman, Liza Tarbuck, and Reginald D. Hunter. This week we asked you and our guests to watch Casualty. Its heady blend of gore and human interest bullshit has kept it in the schedules for 23 years. And the current series ended its 48-episode run this week with a 2-part finale. Now, if you didn't see it, I don't want to spoil it for you. That's the writer's job. Let's take a look. BBC One's hospital corridor blood and ham epic Casualty is the world's longest-running and most middle-class medical emergency drama. It's famous for 2 things. First, its amusingly implausible health and safety record, and its unamusingly plausible commitment to accurate medical procedure, i.e. lengthy scenes of jargon which might as well be conducted in machine code.
Probably a flail segment. Let's prep a chest strain test. We get chest x-rays and facial views, please.
Get on to Max Facts.
What? This being finale week, things were more predictably melodramatic than ever as Dr. Him off EastEnders left to enjoy his inoperable brain tumour. A coach full of wooden actors got realistically pinged over by an angry car, and Curtis the nice paramedic saved his bride-to-be by bundling a baddie off a roof and into Deadland. Oh, look, it's so sad they daren't even show emotion on their faces. Boo-hoo, Casualty, boo-hoo! Casualty there. Casualty. It's like Holby City for people who prefer Casualty.
Do you know what? I'm going to have to speak in its defence because I think, strangely, I was very much taken by how well it's shot. I think visually it's pretty good. And I think the location manager needs a pat on the back. Well,
he certainly managed to find the fictional town of Holby. No, actually, that's a good point, because Holby is meant to be Bristol, I think, generally.
OK.
But the accents come from all over. I mean, literally, you'll have sort of a Bristolian talking to somebody from Yorkshire, and nobody comments on it at all.
As if that would happen. People from different regions speaking to each other.
Well, it's unrealistic.
Yeah, that's mental.
It doesn't. It simply doesn't happen. I watched an old episode of Casualty. It's a bit of research. I went back into the archive, watched an old episode of Casualty from the 80s, and it was a completely different show, and now it's a sort of cartoon about doctors fucking in cupboards.
Yeah.
What was it like, the 80s one? How was it different?
Well, it had an opinion, and as a finale, 2 of the staff had a wheelchair race, and then Charlie asked a girl out. And that was it.
All stitched up.
That was it. And then 20 series on, they have to end the episode with a busload of people flipping over in an implausible way and people falling off roofs and implausible gangs, and it was just ridiculous.
Just ludicrous, man. I mean, like that scene when the car hit the bus and the bus flipped over. Now, they were in a parking lot, so the car couldn't have been going that fast. Now, in real life, what speed does a car need to go to flip a bus over? Doctor Who don't even do shit like that, man.
Martin, did you enjoy it?
I'm in a bit of a sticky situation because I know half the people involved. You know, like
Really?
I will know.
Oh, well, here comes an unbiased answer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But it's hard to be good in Casualty. And I was in Casualty years ago in an episode, and it was.
Yes, I know you were, Martin.
It's not easy. It's not easy to be good in it. It's like you're auditioning on camera, sort of thing, and you try and do all your acting in every scene, and it is a sort of. It's like a spider's web trap to come and lure you in to do your worst acting of your life.
Don't you...
That's my excuse.
Don't you think that, well, we might have a look at that?
Please, God, let's not.
Now, Casualty prides itself on the authenticity of its medical scenes, which is odd when every other aspect of the show is about as realistic as a lemonade gazelle. Take a look at this thrilling moment from the finale when the hospital was struck by a sudden outbreak of implausibility.
I told the police. They're on their way. They know that Reese killed Ryan and they know that you killed Reese.
No. You shouldn't have done that. You really shouldn't have done that! Callum, mate, what are we doing? We're tearing this place apart. Come here!
Trying to play the hero? Hey! I'm talking to you!
Astonishing stuff. That was a scene from badly written thugs do the funniest things.
It was a stupid scene because what happened was the mom was laying there in the bed and she's like, I've told the police on you. And he's like, well, in that case, then I'm gonna destroy this hospital. And then they will know not to arrest me.
There was a nice moment where one of them smashed a bowl of sweets. Yeah. Take this, sweets! Bringing joy to children! Casualty includes lots of scenes where mollycoddled stage school actors have to play working-class toughs. Here's a typically persuasive sequence featuring council house salt-of-the-earth types.
Look, mate, what are we doing here? This is a joke. Michelle thinks the medical disaster thing will be good for her course. She's training to be a nurse, for God's sake. Not joining a Médecins Sans Frontières. What? Well, they're like the Red Cross, but French.
Yes, that was utterly convincing. Matt D'Angelo there as Tom with his mate Woodsy. Tom is short for Thomas and Woodsy, of course, is short for wooden actor. I think what they were doing there is, in the Casualty universe, only working-class people are allowed to smoke. And so they were sort of having to sit... They didn't look like they'd smoked a cigarette in 10 years, because they were sort of smoking it like that. There's a technique you have to use to smoke like a commoner. It's that. I think it's because telly people think that you've got to be ready to stub it out in someone's eye during a pub fight. Now, you lot are all sort of middle-class telly types.
How dare you?
Well, yeah, you are. So I want to test out your smoking skills. I'm going to give you each a cigarette. And I'm going to ask you each in turn to show how you would smoke it like a commoner. Okay.
Throwing us cigarettes.
I'm going to do you each.
Okay.
OK. You don't know you're not allowed to light it.
Oh. We're not doing it.
Now who's middle class? What are you, a maniac?
Calling us middle
Wow,
class.
they really did get middle class here, didn't they?
Yeah.
If you'd like to show me how you would smoke that.
First, what I would do is I would split this open. And then I would put it into another wrapper and smoke it like that because I'm creative.
Liza, give me your best working-class, salt-of-the-earth smoking. Bond with Woodsy. I saw that Lock Stock at the weekend. It was a real slice of life. That's it? Perfect. That's a...
Rather trained.
Martin.
I'd probably go for the sailors one, that, in order to...
That's the sailors one?
Yeah, so bombers don't see your cigarette on the ship.
Nice.
But wouldn't they hear you going, oh, my fucking hand?
That's quite good, actually. I've learned something.
That is, I would say, for teaching us a fact, I'm going to give you a point.
Hurrah!
That's the way it works.
Wait a minute. Wait. You gonna give him a point for that?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Really. So what I got to do to get a point, man? I ain't seen no points next to my name here.
And I think we all know what that's about.
Hey! Right, OK. Moving on. Speaking of middle class...